explain what you guys are doing on Saturday a little bit.
Basically, we've teamed up with Versus Cancer Foundation, which is based out of, I believe, southern Louisiana. And we basically, our players have all gone to this website and created their own pages, and through social media, they've gone out and tried to advertise and basically raise money for pediatric cancer.
How did you guys get involved with Versus Cancer?
Really, our assistant coach, Grant Barley, found it. We wanted to do something more. We do a lot of community service projects around town, and most of them are manual labor, helping people set up events or this, that, and the other. We wanted to do something more. Grant found this, Versus Cancer Foundation, and him and I both have children. It was something that we immediately were drawn to and wanted to be a part of.
What was the players' reaction like when they heard that you guys were going to be doing this season?
The players were immediately on board, and a lot of them have, really a lot of us, all of us have some connection with this disease in some way, shape, or form, whether it's immediate family or distant relatives. So they were on board immediately. They're enthusiastic. We have a few guys with long hair and that are into their hair that were just okay on the shaving heads, but they saw it as a bigger purpose and bigger cause, and bought in as well.
We see a lot of these cancer fundraisers that they shave their heads kind of in solidarity with kids who have to shave their heads when they're going through chemotherapy. Can you kind of just talk about that connection and having the guys shave their heads kind of to support the kids?
And that's what it is. Basically, we want to honor them and, shave our heads and just try to honor them and show empathy and sympathy for what they're going to. And it really does tug at the heart, to see kids, going through, and their families go through that experience and whatnot. So the shaving a head is just honoring them and a celebration of life.
Can you talk about what it's gonna be like on Saturday, kind of how that's going to go after the game?
Sure. Hopefully we're really pumped and excited because we just won a ball game, and basically right around here, St. Joe Barber is going to come down, and they're bringing all the clippers, and our whole team's going to line up in a bunch of chairs, and we're going to shave our head and take a picture, and the money that we've raised, about a little bit over, I think close to 3,500, is going to be sent. Half of it's going to be sent to national research, and half of it's going to be sent to local pediatric care here in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, specifically, what hospital will it be going to for the local part of it?
I'm not entirely sure. Part of their foundation and their people have set it up, and I can't remember exactly where it's going to, but it's some local oncology program here in town.
Yeah, you guys have raised north of $3,500. Right now I have the count at $3,845. These guys are pretty competitive, and it's
Yeah.
they're going head to head. Has there kind of been that competitive fire in the fundraising efforts of the team?
There has been, and a baseball team, a college baseball team, a lot of people rag and give each other jazz and stuff, and this is just one more thing to compete with and to compete amongst each other and hold it over each other's heads a little bit.
Well, there's always winners and losers. Right now, Dane Javis is in the lead with $615.
Yeah.
What has he done to really come out and raise north of $500 in support of cancer research?
I think he's just been persistent. In fact, through social media, it's just amazing how many people we can touch and how many people you can communicate and get the word out with things. And he just has a wide reach, and maybe he knows a little bit more people that have dealt with the tragedies of cancer.
Yeah, as far as people who will be here on Saturday, in addition to the barber that's coming by, will there be anybody from Versus Cancer coming down to see anything, or any other kids who might be affected by this money that you guys have raised?
There will not. Versus Cancer, I guess it's kind of, they work with a lot of college baseball programs, and in fact, I think there's about 50 or 60 Division I programs out there raising money, and hopefully maybe in the long term we can get maybe St. Francis and Indiana Tech to jump on board, and maybe we can have a competition amongst each other to see who can raise the most money. But they won't be in attendance.
And for being just like $1,000 shy of reaching your goal of 5,000, what would you like to say to anybody watching this in the coming days that want to find out how to support?
Well, anybody out there, you know, we've all lived through those. We know people who have had cancer, have died of cancer, who are currently fighting cancer, and it's just one little small significant thing that can make somebody's life better.
And personally for you, who have you known that's touched your lives or has been touched by cancer?
Just recently, my grandmother died just last week, and I had an aunt die of pediatric. I mean, I'm sorry, not pediatric, but pancreatic cancer as well. So, yeah, it's touched my life too.
Personal connection must make you really want to have the guys come out and really.
Most definitely.